because the video was of low quality. They forgot to blot it out in one of the statements, and one of the jurors read it. But thankfully, she didn't tell the other jurors. We dismissed her, and the alternate moved in her place. I filed another one because the cops theorized that a hole that they found dug up on a property that was like a quarter of a mile away was where my client and the snitch were going to move the bodies to. Apparently, the snitch told the police that my client called him and asked him to help him bury a dead horse, and he pay him $100. But when they get back there to where the dead horse is supposed to be, it's the two dead bodies. And so it was this whole big thing. They was always asking the snitch was, did he want you to help him move the bodies? But he told the police, we didn't go back there with any shovels or a tarp. And who's gonna move probably a animal that weighs 1,000 pounds? Just two men? That doesn't even make sense. A quarter of a mile down the road. Anyway, they find this hole at my client's sister house who lives down the road. They do keep horses, and there was a horse pen. And there was a hole somebody had dug behind it. So they gathered bottles and stuff from all around the hole, trying to collect DNA. And it all came back inconclusive. And the snitch never said we were going to move the bodies there. And I was just like, this is just a theory that's never been proven. All this is going to do is prejudice my client from getting a fair trial. They haven't proven that this is where my client was going to move these bodies to. They shouldn't get to tell the jury this theory that they've come up with. The judge agreed. And then I filed one more motion in limine to prevent police conduct being used to bring in hearsay. But I withdrew that motion because the prosecutor was like, oh, I don't intend to try to use the cops to get in hearsay testimony. And we had trials before in the past. He's a man of his words. I withdrew that motion. But I really think them not hearing about the drugs helped. The hole behind the horse pen, they didn't really have no evidence to prove that. But the drugs, I was worried about that. I really was. So I'm glad that didn't come in. Because if they would have thought drugs was involved, then they might have would have believed him, even though he on the video clearly withdrawn from heroin at his interrogation video. Or fentanyl, I'm sorry. He was on fentanyl.
They put fentanyl in everything now. Weed, heroin, these fake pills, it all got fentanyl in it.
Apparently, when he came to jail, he was high on fentanyl and methamphetamines, on meth.